Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our live event. Um, Today, we have a very, very exciting presentation ahead of us. And I'm just going to give a few seconds for others to join us. In the meantime, please let me know where you guys are joining from and what is your name. I would love to know. Drop it in the chat. So we have Amanda joining today from Houston. Hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us today. I've always wanted to go to Texas. I've heard the food, it's quite good. Yes, we have Justin from New Orleans. Wow. Also, always wanted to go to New Orleans. We have Emma joining from Miami. Our headquarters are in Miami. If you ever want to go and meet the rest of the team, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to, yes, meet you. So yes, and thank you guys for deciding to spend this afternoon with me. For me, it's a pleasure. I really enjoy sharing all this content and sharing with you some information that I hope that it's going to be very useful. So what do you guys think? Let's just go ahead and get this party started. Okay, so today we're going to talk about an alternative professional route that you can take. We want you to know your options. So, we're going to be talking about the job no one told you you could do after college. And in today's presentation, we're going to cover the molds of the traditional career path. We're going to talk about the tech industry. We're going to talk about the career of the tech career path. We're going to talk about the tech unicorn, which is UX UI design. We will cover who can become a UX UI designer, how to become a UX UI designer. And at the end, we're just going to have some room for questions. But if you guys have any questions throughout this whole presentation, please drop them in the chat and I'll address them when we get to the end of our presentation, unless it's something that I think it's really important and valuable. So I'll definitely pause. So let me just share my screen. There you go. I didn't share my screen before. Sorry about that. Okay. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. And let's get started. But before, I would like you to know a little bit about me in case you if you were not here or didn't see the last video. Hi, I am Mafe. I am a senior product designer here at Avo Academy. I live in Southern California and I have 5 years of experience in UX UI design. But I have 12 years of design experience as a graphic designer. My background, it's very diverse. I have a bachelor's degree in communication, but I also majored in advertising and video production. So my background, it's very, very diverse. And something that I love about what I do is that I've had the opportunity of shipping countless design products to happy users. But something that it's important for me is also that I am an educator. I really love sharing with others cool UX UI design tricks, hacks, and so on. So for the past decades, the career path has been predetermined for us, the traditional career path. We have been told that we should go to school, right, for 4 to 5 years, and then we're going to get a degree. And this degree, it's going to be the magic key that it's going to open the doors for landing our entry-level job. After we get this first job, we're going to start climbing the corporate ladder. And by the time we are, 60, 70, we are going to retire in Florida. And we are going to basically, be done. So that is what we've been told. But what if we told you that there is another path that no one is telling you about until now? So, this alternative route, this other career path, allows you to spend less than a year learning the basic principles and the foundations, and then you get certified. But by the point that you are already certified, you are going to have real world experience. Unlike sometimes when we go to the traditional school, we just go to school and after the degree we get some experience. In this career path, usually you get some experience before your certification. Once you have your certification, you're ready to land your entry level job with an average salary of 85K per year. You will get the chance to work in exciting projects and solve important problems. You are going to get to shape the future instead of waiting the future to happen for you. And if you are like me and you love to keep evolving, this is a great field to keep learning and to keep growing. This is a field that is ever evolving. So, what is this exciting and mysterious path that we're talking about? It's none other than the tech industry. Welcome to the tech industry. However, I want you to know that the tech industry, it's not just Facebook or Apple or these big tech corporations that you've heard about, Twitter, now X. No, there is a lot more. Tech is absolutely everywhere. Tech is it's a transversal industry, and it's basically touching upon all the other sectors. I was very surprised, and yet at the same time not surprised, when I saw for the first time the ad of Colgate's smart toothbrush. So this is a very interesting toothbrush because it's going to pair with an application and it's going to tell you how well you're brushing your teeth. It's going to help you build routines. It's going to help you maintain a great oral health, right? So if technology is able to go and participate in something as mundane as brushing your teeth, believe me when I tell you that tech is everywhere. And sooner rather than later, tech, it's going to be touching every single point of your life. So, unlike the traditional career path, the tech career path offers us the fact or the main paradigm is that experience it's more important than any degree. This is a field where you get the opportunity to let your ideas shine. This is awesome because if you're someone who likes to participate and work with others in creating the future, this is a spectacular field for you. Also, the tech career path goes at a supersonic pace because it's always evolving. Like, take a look at 3 years ago, we were not talking about AI as much as we are doing now. So imagine what's going to happen in 3 years. So this industry, it's going at a supersonic pace, which makes us keep learning and keep innovating. And most importantly, if you are a person who is driven by growth, who likes to grow, this is the industry for you. And there's a lot of room to grow, not only in terms of you professionally, but the industry itself, it's growing exponentially. So growth, it's almost guaranteed in this industry. And just so you have like a perspective of how far you can advance or go and grow in the tech industry. For example, tech vice presidents can make up to 552K per year. This is this number was sourced by Glassdoor. If you guys want to check, that is the world we're living in. So down the future, if you keep growing in this path, this could be you tomorrow. So now that, wow, that got exciting. Like, I am not going to lie to you, but $500,000 a year, it's not too shabby. So what kind of tech jobs can you do to get there eventually? So each year, many tech roles are created. As technology expands and permeates other sectors, new roles are created. And there are more than 80 types of roles in which you'll find web app developers, technical support specialists, UX UI designers, of course, project managers. So there are a wealth of jobs depending on what kind of skills you have and what kind of things you like to do. So, for example, if you're a person who likes structure, who likes to organize things, who likes processes, right? Then, for example, web app development could be for you. Software engineering could be for you. If you like to work with people, organize people, maybe project or product management could be a career path for you. If you like creativity and be in touch with the user and understanding how people work and how they behave, maybe UX UI could be the career path for you. So it's really a matter of what do you like and what skills do you have. But there is one role that is very dear to my heart and here at Avo Academy that we believe it's a pillar to the tech industry, and it's UX UI design. And let me explain this. Why do we believe this is a core in the tech industry? So this is the one field that binds them all. So UX UI, UX UI design, it's like a bridge between the other two pillars. Like if you go to the very core and root of the tech industry, you're going to find that it's composed of data and code and algorithms. And then you have the user, right? But what is in between them? What bridges data and code with the user? It's UX, UI design. I know it's kind of strange to wrap your head around that, but let me show you exactly what I mean. Is this appealing to you? So take a moment and think, do you guys want to interact with this? Are you guys excited about what you're seeing? Is this inviting you to take some sort of action? How about now? So basically, UX design translates all that data and all that code into intuitive and user-friendly experiences. So I think this is a quote from Maya Angelou or something like that, that it's that people are not going to forget how you make them think, but how you make them feel, something within those lines. I'm terrible quoting. But UX design, it's all about that. It's how do you make people feel? Do you make them feel seen? Do you make them feel like this is a place where they want to be? Is this engaging for them? Is not. Like UX UI design helps connect businesses with users because you can marry businesses' goals with user goals. And basically, it's a translator between all that complexity that is data and code and all that stuff, and puts it into a way that it's exciting for the user. So as you can see, it's very core and very important. Think about whatever new tech development that you can imagine. And there has to be someone who is thinking about the end user and how can we make this product enjoyable, easy to use. Otherwise, you could have the most beautiful piece of code, and this piece of code was absolutely nothing until it interacts with the user, and the user is the one that puts value. The interaction is the one that gives a product value. So code by itself it's not important, but when you translate the code into a language, visual language that a user can interact with and enjoy, there is what the magic happens. So I don't know if you saw the latest launch of Apple when they launched their new VR set, and obviously an amazing piece of technology. And yeah, you can put on the glasses, and if you put them on, nothing happens. But when you start like projecting things, and we see things like maybe these messages and such, it's when it becomes interesting. And all those things the users see when they put up VR set, everything that they see was created or touched by a UX UI designer. So who are the UX UI designers? They are future shapers. We are always going to be, wherever the technology is going, we're going to be there creating new forms of interaction and communication with the users. As we mentioned, we are also bridges. We marry a ton of people that work in tech with the user. As I mentioned, imagine the most amazing app in the world that could solve every imaginable problem. Think about the worst problem that we have here in humanity, and think that there's a piece of code out there that fixes it. Until that piece of code interacts with another person, it's worthless. So that is the power of UX UI. We are also the human side of technology because we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the user. We have to understand how they feel, empathize with them, what kind of problems they have, what kind of needs, what kind of wants, so we can translate all those into positive interactions. So understanding if they have, for example, a problem and they are not being able to go to the bottom of the page for whatever reason, and understanding and thinking of ideas in how can we make this information more accessible to them. So we are the human side of the technology because we are the bridge between technology and people. And finally, I would say that we are experience enablers, because the same thing. You have the user over here and you have the technology over here. They don't speak the same language. We enable the experience by creating a set of language, like written, visual interactions that create experience between the two of them. So we are experience enablers. So a very important question, or the most important question of the night, would be, who can become a UX UI designer? And the answer is, before we continue, we would really love to learn how are we doing, if this content, and if you guys are enjoying this content, if what we're talking about, it's relevant for your experiences. So we truly value your thoughts. Please take a second to scan this QR code and take a very quick survey. This is not going to take you more than a minute. And by filling out this survey, you're going to receive a bonus of $250 off our foundations course. So I am going to anyway drop the link in the chat right now, in case you guys find it easier to access via this link. But again, we work in UX UI design, and for us, your experience, it's very important. So by filling out this, you are just going to help us create things that are better for you. So thank you in advance for filling this form out. So the answer to our question. To answer our question. Who can become a UX UI designer? And the answer is basically many people from very different backgrounds make great designers. And I am going to share with you some examples of college degrees that are excellent fit. So we have, for example, artist, and you can say, yeah, obviously. Some skills that artists can translate into UX UI is creative thinking, visual storytelling, aesthetics, attention to detail. So all those skills that they build throughout their career, they can transfer, you can transfer into the field of UX UI design. People with a degree, for example, an English or literature degree, are amazing UX UI designers. You guys have strong communication, you have analytical thinking, and have the ability to process and understand complex ideas, which is extremely valuable, especially during the research phase. Psychologist, amazing fit for UX UI, like really a very natural and I would say almost necessary transition because you guys understand the user behavior, you guys are empathetic, you obviously are proficient in research and in analysis. So for you making the transition to UX, it's very easy. Historians, also amazing researchers. You guys have critical analysis, amazing storytelling. There's a branch of UX that is UX copywriter, which basically help and structure like how do we tell this story? How do we tell this product story to the users? So great skills that you can transfer into this field. Also pattern recognition. Then we have graphic design. In graphic design, I am transitioning from graphic design. So we have visual communication, layout design. We already understand a little bit of that. We have proficiency in design tools, which help us when we're transitioning to the UI design tools. And we have understanding of branding, colors, all those things are incredibly valuable and helpful. And then we have, as a last example, but I really want to emphasize that this is a short list. Like there's so many skills that really transfer very well to UX UI. But anthropologists are amazing UX UI designers for their ability with research, their cultural sensibility. This one's really important because if you grab an application, a Chinese application, for example, you're going to notice immediately vibrant colors, that everything is like stuffed in this one screen because they try to make the most out of the space. So they are going to try to give you the most amount of information possible in this little space. So you will see everything as a lot of information in one screen. Obviously, that is their culture. That is a cultural trait that they are bringing into a UX design. Us in the West, we are more we like spacious things. So you will see that there are a lot of white spaces in our designs, that we try to bring a minimalistic approach. We try to put the minimal information so you can process everything as fast. So culture impacts design dramatically. You guys have an amazing feel to this and bring all that information. So you make amazing UX UI designers. But obviously, many of these careers, you could ask yourself, except maybe artists and graphic designers, like, but what if I can't draw? So there is a myth that UX UI designers need to know how to draw. I am not the best drawer in the world. Like, I do sort of okay-ish. I am not proficient at all. And especially now that we have AI, that skill, that is not what it's going to become an obstacle for you to become a UX designer. Maybe another thing, but drawing and being good with design, it's not. Especially because that is a skill that you can absolutely practice. And I always love to share this example of an artist that I love and I'm obsessed with right now. Her name is Sarah Shaquille. Just so you know, she's a dentist, but she always had this fascination for collages. So she's always creating, yes, this collages and everything. And eventually, if you go to her Instagram and you see how she evolved her art, she started to gain a fascination for diamonds and for stars. For like when you take us outer space photo and you see like all the planets and suns like shining. She loves that. So she started to incorporate that into her art. And look at the first uh, piece she made. It's very rudimental. You can see that there is no depth. It's like a magazine cut, and that's it. And it's not even an amazing cut. But then forward 7 years later, and her art evolved tremendously. So you can see here how she is incorporating diamonds and stars at the same time, how she uses shadows and brightness, and she's giving this a very realistic approach. Now, fast forward a few months. This is from January 2023, and this is from like 2 weeks ago. Look how amazing is what she's doing with the power of AI. So every skill can be mastered with practice. What is the thing that you really have to think about is, do you like this? Is this something you are going to be willing to put the 10,000 hours into and not drop it by the 5,000 hour? Because yes, you're going to have to practice, but you will get there. I guarantee that practice makes perfect. So how to become a UX UI designer? This is a very, very important question. The first and most important thing is to make the decision. So take everything you learned today. Please do your own research. This is very important. How does it feel in your body? How does it feel for you? And come to your own conclusions. And then land on the fact that you deserve this opportunity. This field is as amazing as you want it to be. And the only thing between an amazing career, it's you making that decision. So that is very important. The second thing, it's get educated. So yes, there are certain things that you have to learn. So to this end, find a trusted source to get your information from, to learn how to design. Our program provides structured learning for those who finally want to make this career change. So if you feel like this is for you, if this is resonating for you, we have a very robust program that can help you transition and immerse yourself in the world of UI and get a job in under 8 months, a year. If you are very uh, focused in this, you can even under 6 months, you could be looking at your new career. But also, after you get educated and you get the foundations, you need to build your portfolio. You need to gather a portfolio from all the projects that you work on, create case studies, and combine them into a showcase, a portfolio that showcase your skills, and a portfolio that you can that you can use to let the world know that you are a UX UI designer. So that is very important. And then you're going to get hired. So the first thing that you need to do when you're breaking into a new whatever it is, it's get the first opportunity. So you need the first job. It doesn't matter if it's the perfect job, if it's the $500,000 job. No, that's definitely not going to happen. But get hired in your first job. And then you'll get more real life experience that it's going to help you go to the next, the one that you feel like to another opportunity that you feel like it's exactly the one you want to have. And you can even try that after you get your certification. So basically, this is the path in how to become a UX UI designer. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, for taking the time of spending a few minutes with me on this beautiful Friday night. And I am really grateful for your presence today. Do you guys have any question? Please put it in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. In the meantime, if any of this interests you, if you guys want to take a first step, scan this code, or I'm just going to drop the link here in the chat as well. And you can schedule a call with a career coach that can help you answer specific questions about your career, about your own personal circumstances, and help you visualize and create a path that can work for you. So that's it. So apparently everything, yeah. Don't be shy. I am more than happy to answer anything if you guys have any questions. But if you don't, thank you again for joining me. This was super fun. I hope that some of this information was helpful in your in the process that you are of defining what to do next after college. So that's it, guys. Happy Friday. Thank you again. Take care.